fine. How you been?
Hello. I'm sorry. I'm tweeting very quickly because they canceled Willow and there's not going to be a season 2, and I'm unhappy about it. But I need Uma Patel and Rahul Kohli to play the muscle to
Ki
Hai Kwan's short round brains in the Indiana Jones spin-off spiritual sequel,
right?
An artifact repatriation theft movie. I know Disney's Disney, aren't they? Go ahead.
My occasional fondness for random movies to have on whilst I'm working paid off for me today. I watched a thing called Shimmer Lake, which it's kind of that. It's an indie Midwest noir.
It exists,
but there is this inspired running gag where where the two local cops at the center of the story. One of them is always fucking with his partner by making sure he's always giving someone a lift, so the other guy has to always sit in the back. And the first time this happens,
that's a flex.
The first time this happens, and it is the
best.
Hey,
Preemie! Hi!
Hey, Preemie! It is the best joke in the movie. He walks out, sees the guy in front, and he's like, "I'm sorry, man, I've got to give him a lift." "Oh no, that's fine, that's fine." And this is all done in mid-shot. As he walks down the car, drops to his knees, and I will modulate my volume as much as I can, screams, "Why?" And then just collects himself and gets back in the car. And that's how I feel with Disney and Willow tonight.
I'm so unhappy. I'm like, come on. They told us 2 more books. That was 1 book. I would like the additional 2 books, please. I need Borman's ultimate, heroic vindication. You don't understand.
And this is under 24 hours after the TV version of A League of Their Own. By all accounts, very good. And by every metric, the capitalist doombots that rule us all pay attention to. A genuine international breakout hit. They've sat on the thing for 2 fucking years. And now they've decided to give it a final season, which is 4 episodes long. That is a lunch break on a Stranger Things set.
That's almost, tipping 2 cents on your way out the door, but it's so rude!
That is made entirely of fuck you. Welcome to the show.
Good evening, everyone. Yes, as you've all noticed, I've come out swinging this evening. Hello, how are you? It is Wednesday night.
Oh, mate, that is a massive compliment. This? Thank you.
This is Alistair's finest narration today. I watched
both of them, yeah.
What show are you being rightfully angry about? They cancelled more Willow, Aussie. And Alistair's rant about the 4-season finals...
4-episode
final
season
was...
Final season of A League of Their Own.
Yeah, exactly. No, don't tell back. Hold back. Tell us how you really feel. It's been a week about telling people how I really feel about things.
I take that as a vast compliment because,
Knock at the Cabin this week. Batista's character gives me massive Alistair vibes through the whole movie. I dig it.
Big, softly spoken.
He has 4 adorable pit bulls. It's perfect. It's perfect. Yeah, they owl housed.
Yeah, Disney owl housed it all the fucking way.
I love how owl house has become a verb. Or is it a verb? Oh, housed. That's a noun. No, that's a verb.
You've exposed me. You've exposed the central lie of having 2 English degrees and being the son of an English teacher.
And being unable to diagram a sentence. Yes, exactly. Let's just move on. Okay. Good evening, everybody. How are you? Welcome to Wednesday night. It's been gray and miserable and wet, and we were not feeling very good a while ago. But then you know what we did?
Had some food.
We sat down for an hour and ate some food, and magically, mysteriously, the meat sacks we pilot around this planet regenerated enough so that we felt better. Who knew, right? Who knew?
And, as I was saying earlier, there are some people who would say that, sitting down and eating something is often the problem, not the cause of it. And to them, I say, fuck you.
Today, we say you are wrong. Exactly. How many things do we do on this stream, Alistair?
Oh, we do so many things on this show.
But normally, you just totally stepped all over the light. Shall we try that again? Let's go on.
Yeah, go ahead.
How many things do we do?
Go ahead. Hold on. Do it.
Knock it off.
Do it.
Knock it off. How many things do we do on this stream?
We do 3. The first one is an opening monologue, which gives you an opportunity to get situated. And...
Anyway.
Get your rumbas fed, make sure your cats are drugged, all of that good stuff. Hydrate, food, shelter, lock the lumberjack catboy in the bedroom for the night, all of that. So that's the first thing. Second thing is what the children call content, because,
because that's the futuristic capitalist hellscape we currently inhabit. The generation of the contents.
So that's sometimes a story or a piece of fiction, sometimes it's an interview, and sometimes it is a game. And this week, it's a game. We're starting a new one called Call of the Sea, which is a mystery game involving no combat, lots of puzzles. Yes, Wendy, I'm not taking the lead on all of these. You're okay. And
it's supposed to be like an exploration romantic puzzle game.
Yes.
That is the hope. It's supposed to be nice and pretty and relaxing and have good music, and we'll get there one day. We'll get there. Don't worry.
There may be feelings, but if there are, I suspect those feelings will arrive, much like they did with Momotype, right at the end and all at once.
And the content warnings for the game, which we will reveal before the game starts, may give you a clue as to what the ultimate plot of the game is. Right.
They certainly gave me a couple.
All right, so that's the second thing. And then the third thing we do is...
shenanigans, because we don't like to send you to bed frightened.
Because normally, we have to do a little tangent here. Hold on a second. Do I have buttons? Do I have buttons for tangents? Did I prepare that far in advance? Let's see. Yes! I did! We're going to go a little bit on a tangent here. Okay, I can turn those off now because they're very distracting. This stream started with us telling bedtime stories, which is why it's called Bedtime Stories. And we started out with some creepypasta and some general spookiness and some older public domain kind of horror. And then we've done spooky games, and then we've done some fun kind of spooky books. It's kind of relevant, right? I'm erring on the side of advanced wording. But what we've realized this year is that bedtime stories isn't a very good descriptor for the stream, and we should probably rebrand, as they say. So we talked to you about it last week and the previous couple of weeks, and we want to come up with a new idea for what to name the stream. And I regret to inform everyone that the improvised name that Alistair came up with a few weeks ago has kind of stuck. And the current front runner for the name of the new stream is Night Cheese. Now, for those of you who don't get the reference, Tina Fey's character in the TV series 30 Rock had a gag once where she was in bed in a slanket holding a plate of cheese and sang a little song about working on her night cheese.
Apparently to the tune of Night Moves by Hall & Oates.
So let's just say it's stuck. You've terrorized the chat because you took off your glasses. Everybody's like, Alistair, don't...
Holy shit, what's Superman doing here? Oh, hey, Al.
I also love how the camera fuzzed out long enough, and then you put your glasses back in on it refocused. Oh, okay, Naomi, why don't you just sing Night Cheese?
I believe the refrain for this is working on my night cheese.
Yes, exactly. Something like that. So Night Cheese is the leading forerunner, because let's be honest, folk, it is a pretty good descriptor of what it is we do here. But then that prompted the question, okay, so now we need to probably come up with a name for the Sunday morning stream as well. And so my vote for that, you smug mode, you absolute smug mode. He's very smug, have you noticed? Well, Morning Cheese sounds suspect, shall we say? So, no. My idea was to take a line from Stranger Things and to call it Coffee and Contemplation, which is what it says on the bunting above our kitchen table, which I happen to enjoy. But Alistair's idea was to call it Sunday AM. And Wendy likes that one. She thinks it sounds very sweet. So those are our... No, nothing called Morning Milkers is going to happen on this stream. Thank you very much. Those are our current forerunners. Thus endeth the tangent about renaming the streams. Sunday AF is maybe
I
as well.
quite like Sunday AF.
Sunday Morning and the Quest for Greg's. Pezzy. Truly appreciate morning yogurt. Morning milkers would be instantly banned by Twitch. That is very accurate. And yes, Alistair does have very mischievous vibes here. Perhaps that's because his favorite episode of The West Wing is Celestial Navigation again. Folks, for those of you who are keeping track, Alistair's up to 11 podcast appearances this year, not including season 2 St. Kilda, if this year is its release date. And one of them was announced today.
Hey, Pine, do you want to drop the details in the chat?
Precisely. Because the auditions for... Remind me of the name of the show, because I'm going to forget it, because I can't keep track of
It's
your...
all right.
I'm cutting you off.
She's taking my keys. She's taking my keys.
I'm taking his podcasting keys, folks. It'll be this year, won't it, Naomi? Mick, be nice. The Fringes. Is that what it's called?
I am looking it up now.
He's looking it up right now. There we go.
I have this to hand. It's
all good. It has Alistair in it times 11. Yes, precisely. I need to update the links on the card for the auditions. Yes, please.
Tales from the Fringes of Reality.
Tales from the Fringes of Reality, thank you very much, is now open for season 2 auditions.
You should absolutely audition.
Except for the part
Except for...
and Alistair's in it, right? You gotta leave them wanting more. If you overly feed the people, they take a nap. They are surfeit. They do not come back.
If you go too far, you go full Cumberbatch, and no one needs to go full Cumberbatch.
Nobody needs to go full Cumberbatch, especially not freaking Cumberbatch. Anyway, auditions are open now if you fancy a post. There's been one role cast.
Hello.
It's a counselor named Alistair. There we go. And that's all I know about it so far, to be honest. I have to listen to all the episodes of all the podcasts that he's in, and they are so many, and my time is so little, y'all. My time is so little. Is it called The Bangs in North America? I know, Pezzy, I know, I hear you.
But
if 13 is a baker's dozen, is 11 the full Stewart?
Well, it is now.
Oh, great. Now we're like naming things.
I actually have a blog post which will go live shortly, which is basically just called Celestial Navigation, where I talk about that moment and why I love that episode of The West Wing and why that appears to be the motif for my audio drama career.
Mick says, you can't stop at 11. It's only March. I know, but I'm cutting him off until after the summer.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot to deliver on between now and the end of the summer.
One of these shows does 20 episodes a season.
Yes.
I'm in all of them.
Yes, precisely. He has a lot on his plate now. Exactly. Eyes too big for your...
My brain stomach.
Oh, now you really made it weird.
Those of you who have seen it, the Brendan Lee Mulligan rant about how the one thing he regrets is that he doesn't have a second mouth, which a friend is shoveling salami into. I'm always a little funny about Brendan Lee Mulligan because a lot of his stuff feels like it kind of weaponizes anger. But the one where he's sitting next to the other two GMs going, these two fucking transcendental beings. I am a pod person. Do you think I chose this paper white, hairy, constantly sweating form? I did not.
That was such a good rant.
And I have a moment of
beautiful,
fierce empathy with the little fella for that.
I'm over here just huffing salami, trying not to sweat. Yes, exactly.
Does it need almonds constantly?
That was a very, very good rant. Exactly. So that's that's practically the opening monologue at this point.
If we've got one, let's do one.
Okay. Well,
it's 10:17. We barely sat down. You know.
Should we go out and come back in again? No,
I'm tired.
It's too much work. I don't wanna. Okay, let's do our opening monologue. Here we go. The amazing Mr. Crowley makes a return. To the surprise of no one, the content warnings include swearing and violence. Let's see of which particular
Praise for Toton.
Praise for Toton, exactly. Let's see what. Oh wow, the art's off to a great start on this one.
Fucking brilliant. Okay. I'm psyched. Let's do this.
Okay. Fight your dad and befriend a bear in the new Hearthstone single-player content. Get Rexed.
I was always fairly lukewarm on the lore behind Blizzard's Warcraft games, if I'm honest. It seemed to be a case of all shoulder pads and no substance, and I couldn't get why it gripped people so much.
This is the shoulder pads.
But then I got into Hearthstone. For whatever reason, the card games take on the Warcraftiverse, which somehow manages to ascend to an even higher plateau of camp than the base material, really grew on me. And after 5 years of playing, I've ended up an accidental expert on this ridiculous body of lore.
Of course he is.
God help me, I even unironically loved the Warcraft movie, Shrek baby and all, and I'm not ashamed to say it.
As such, Hearthstone's current single-player content series, The Book of Heroes, is a particular treat. Every month starting from last month. I don't remember when this is published. This was published in October 2020.
So it's
there
just
we
about
go.
possible. This is no longer happening.
The BOH unlocks a new series of 8 linked boss fights, where you take on the role of one of the Hearthstone's 10 emblematic class heroes and fight through the landmark moments of their pretend careers. In a strange departure from Hearthstone's usual tongue-in-cheek Saturday morning cartoon energy, these stories are played straight, with proper melodrama and everything, and it works surprisingly well.
The series began last month with Jaina, the improbably boobed lady representing Hearthstone's mage class, and chronicled her rise from a seemingly ordinary human being to a scrunched-up mess of frost magic and abdominal muscles. This month, however, it's time to jump into the story of Rexxar, the poster brute for Hearthstone's Hunter class, and my personal favourite of the lot. Perhaps because of his peculiar Batman hat, which appears to be made from a hollowed-out wolf, or perhaps because of his sentimental affection for horrid monsters. I've always had a lot of time for this socially awkward Beastmaster. It was nice to see him in the limelight for a change.
Sorry, it was either yawn or laugh, one of the two. Rexxar's adventure, which he narrates between fights, as if he's appearing at an evening with
Rexxar
promotional event at a local bookshop. I'm sure there's fan art of that. Is a simple tale of one hulking monster tamer's struggle for self-acceptance. It will see you partake in a no-holes-barred lynx mauling sesh with your father, save a random orc from a ganking by pigmen, and fight in a colossal naval battle against Jaina's dad. Good lord, now I think about it, Rexxar just can't stop fighting dads, can he?
The photo caption for the next photo is World of Dad Fights.
Because of course it is.
Anyway, it's great fun, particularly for something that's completely free, and you even get a pack of cards for completing it, plus a further 3 as a quest reward if you play it this week. As ever, Blizz have shown a lot of creativity with the mechanics of the boss encounters too. My favourite was the one where Rexxar tames his best mate, a giant bear called Misha.
I'm just going to let that sentence linger a second. Okay. In that encounter, you're not trying to fight the bear itself, but the trap it's become caught in, represented by a massive taunt minion that continually causes Misha damage until you manage to batter it to pieces. It's not the hardest fight I've come up against in Hearthstone, but it's a cool little puzzle, and it made for a lovely break from my usual morning run of net deck grinding.
I don't know.
What is it? What is net deck grinding?
PvP,
I don't know what that is.
AoE damage, Bloodborne. I'm just saying things.
You are just saying things. Bless Blexar. Okay, moving on.
You can play Rexxar's story for yourself now at no cost. And if you really want to get into the deep lore behind Hearthstone's heroes, be sure to check out this really very serious guide I wrote.
This very serious guide is entitled Microtransactions,
which
the
we've
Last
done.
Word. Very serious article. Yes. I do.
Rexxar.
There we are. There he is. There's Rexxar. And, the aquatic boob lady and her dad on a boat, apparently. Okay, I remember that one.
One of the 2 women in the lineup. Sick abs.
Yeah, right? I mean, goals. Talk about it. Improbably boobed was my nick. Yeah, I mean, totally.
Improbably boobed.
Sounds very good.
Sounds like one of Melchized's school friends from Blackadder. She just played the game now, right?
You had to go there, didn't you? So how was the week?
Weird. Very weird.
Did you trip and fall and get cast at anything else you didn't tell me?
Nothing I didn't tell you.
Okay, good.
Readjusting to the day job continues. It's a strange one. Like I say, it's another NDA-tastic thing, and I'm on 20 hours a week. So it's one of those right person go somewhere. It's like being one of the tech guys on Battlestar Galactica, where something comes in and the guns are all out of whack, and you have to go hit it. And
you have to go calibrate it.
And then you have to go calibrate it, and then Aaron Douglas sacrifices you in season 3 and feels really bad about it. But it's fun. It's kind of nice.
That got dark. I was trying to make a Garrus reference.
I saw that. So I'm doing that. I'm 500 words into the 1,500 word cat book, which I get to pay the art for, which is really cool.
Yeah. The Oscars were good, which was very nice. And I accept the conventional headcanon that Brendan Fraser was in Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, and that's why he also won an Oscar.
You know that guy?
That guy?
The guy
who won
in
an
the
Oscar?
movie? Yeah.
Exactly.
Because, I'm sure many people... This is the weird thing with...
I am yes, we are gigantic advocates for the Brendan Renaissance.
For the Renaissance.
The Renaissance. But the whale can get in the sea.
Yeah.
Bluntly.
In every sense, you know? I don't want to go all the way down that road because
That's a whole nother hour.
that's a whole mess.
Right.
But the two things I will say is if you're making a movie about someone who weighs 600 pounds and you don't at least talk to someone who weighs 600 pounds before you do it.
And you just put on a fat suit?
Or perhaps cast an actor who is big. June. Fuck. Then maybe, and I'm just putting this out in the world, maybe you're half-assing it.
Let's move on. A24 as a studio is doing a great job. What's the name of the trailer we just watched? It's called Beef?
Beef. It looks great.
Which is
Ali Wong and Stephen Ewan.
And Stephen Ewan like road raging at each other. Which the name of the movie is Beef.
Beef.
As in they have a beef with each other, and it starts vehicular and if you've ever seen her stand up, you know the kind of energy that you're getting.
Ali Wong is just made of seed.
She's just condensed rage. It's going to be... The trailer is fantastic.
Do seek that out. And also seek out the trailer for a TV show called Mrs. Davis. Where about 30 seconds in, you'll go, what? And about 35 seconds in, you'll go, what? And it will just get louder. For the remainder of the trailer.
So take 12 monkeys and apply... What's the name of that one that we liked that was everybody was dead but the afterlife was monetized?
Good Place?
No, not The Good Place.
Upload.
The other one.
Upload's fucking great.
Take 12 monkeys and Upload and jam them together but make it about AI. And that's what Mrs. Davis looks to be about.
Which appears to also star Betty Gilpin, who, if you watched Glow, you'll know was the best part of an amazingly good cast. If you're one of the 6 people who watched The Hunt, hello, I'm at least 2 of them, will know that she's very, very good at action. As a combat nun, who appears to have a fighting staff at one point.
Right.
And a motorbike.
Combat nun versus AI takeover of society.
And Jake McDormand. Jake McDormand is a name a lot of people won't know.
Thank you, Wendy.
It is a name which in this house leads to the phrase,
Brian, I pine for you!
We didn't rehearse that.
Because he played Brian, the main character of the Limitless TV show, which
also
was
very good.
So good. So good that I've never watched the last episode because then it can live forever.
It won't have finished.
It won't have finished in my head. It's why I've never watched the last episode of The Librarians. Because I don't want it to be over.
Or the Office episode of Leverage.
Exactly. Because then it's just will always be incomplete. And it will always be in my queue. And I will always remember it fondly.
And in the intervening years, he appears to have never, ever skipped core day.
Yes, seriously.
Ever. And grown a big old Zapata moustache.
Yeah, that is a valid, also emotional defense. The kids are asleep of not watching the final episode of The Good Place because... Talk about television that wrecked you. Oh boy.
That had a bow wave and a wake.
Yes, both.
That was upsetting coming in, cried all the way through it.
Oh yes.
Couldn't actually talk about it for 3 days after.
Yes. But it was that good. Second season of Firefly.
Hey now, too soon.
Too soon. Yes, exactly. Very much so. Right. It's Wednesday. Let's get dressed. No. Let's talk about the game that we are gonna play this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your fault. It's your fault.
I regret nothing.
Big surprise. He regrets nothing. Right, let me find the button that takes us to the screen. Actually, what we could probably do is talk about the game just a little bit first up front. I will put the link in the chat because then I can follow the link and read the description of the game to you. There we go. I'm prepared. All right, it is described as...
a first-person adventure puzzle game set in the 1930s that tells the story of Nora, a woman on the trail of her missing husband's expedition. The search takes place in a strange but beautiful island in the South Pacific, filled with secrets waiting to be unearthed in an otherworldly tale of mystery, adventure, and self-discovery.
Right.
It has won so many things.
Yes. Lots of best puzzle games. It was a BAFTA nominee. Very good. Looks fun. Doesn't look terribly... violent or puzzly or inventory, but there will be couch cushions and we will search them all. So please be patient. Right. And let's talk about the content warnings for the game really quick. Death and dying, horror themes. I'm interested to see how that's going to come across. Mental health and trauma, special effects, so there may be flashing lights or sudden noises, violence, and a terminal mysterious illness, which may give you some clues about how we anticipate the game is going to end.
Like I say, feelings at the end.
As a
like
happily
blueberries at the bottom of the muffin.
I am looking forward to other people solving problems by the sea. Not you. Yes.
Yes.
I will be solving the problems this evening, Creamy.
I'm going to be very supportive.
He's going to be very supportive and hand me tea. Yes. Oh, look, they apparently even made a plushie.
Oh, I think they're funding for that now.
They're funding for it now? Ooh. Oh.
She's to scale.
Oh,
she
how
is to scale.
sweet. Which means she would be the same size as Dooley and McQueen. I will have to keep that in mind.
On the subject of Dooley and McQueen,
thank you, Pezzy, for
my favourite
flashing.
episode of The West Wing is Celestial Navigation.
Yes.
We'll be circling back around to that.
Myst and Bioshock vibes kind of is where I'm at. I think kind of like walking simulator / Myst sounds about right. So how about this? Before we start on the game, why don't we take a little break so everybody can, get a snack, see if somebody needs a snack, like you or a pet,
For our
get a beverage.
For our more recent friends, Couch Cushions refers to Marguerite's entirely correct method of gaming, wherein she goes everywhere and systematically searches everything.
Yes, the tried and true method of playing a game is to walk into the game and find the plot, and then put your back to it and ignore it for as long as possible.
This is what the Uncharted franchise told me.
This is why Wendy and I have put hundreds of hours into Skyrim and not done any of the adventures.
I would
plots.
never mock you because you both know where I live, and also because I'm supportive, but I would also never mock you because Starfield comes out this year.
Right, and then you and I are going to have to
work shifts.
Thousands of hours. My gosh, Wendy, so impressive.
One of our friends, Andrew Reed, at his wedding had a trivia quiz about him and his wife Lisa. And one of the questions was, how many hours has Andrew played Destiny 2 for? 530, 725, or 989? And everyone went, obviously it's the middle one. And the look on his face, he went, no, it's 989, and I think I broke 1,000 shortly before we came out.
Yes, exactly. And that's what's going to happen when Starfield comes out.
You get a forklift. You get a little forklift buddy.
I know.
Little man.
You get a little man, and you're going to play Skyrim in space forever. No, you're going to play Skyrim in space as much as you like until Dreadwolf comes out. And then thou shalt move thine buttocks out of my way.
This is why we need an Xbox and something to play remotely on.
Because I'm going to take time off work to play Dreadwolf.
I've seen her do it. I've seen her do it.
Exactly. Okay. Why don't we take a little break, everybody? If you haven't been to the stream for a while and you don't know, Twitch has done this whole forced monetization, but greater visibility thing. So we're going to take a little ad break. If you are subject to ads, you will have some,
we're going to inconvenience you, but we'll give you a cookie in a year.
Yeah, exactly. Feel free to just leave the screen on and wander away. For those of you who are not subject to ads, I task Naomi with telling us about how their gaming session went.
Yes.
All right. So we will be back in just a couple minutes, she says, pushing the button.
Totes profesh.
If you never approach the dragon at the Western Watchtower, dragons never spawn, and you can tool around in relative safety forever. Yes, but I need dragon parts, Wendy. So that's
A delicate turn of phrase, that is. Dragon parts.
dragon parts, bits, trophies.
I have done things with animal parts
I
do not wish to discuss.
Because we are leverage friends. Okay, fine. Let's play the game. We're back. Now, bear with me a moment because we have to get set up for the game, and there may be some changes in volume for a second while we get things adjusted. Where is my buttons? Okay, there's the buttons. There we go. There is the lovely game. And you should put your headphones on.
So should you.
Yes. Okay, hold on. Now, be prepared for it to be loud for a second because I've been grappling with the graphical interface and not the volume. So hopefully I'm not about to be deafened. No? I hear some lovely gentle music. What are you doing?
Waiting to find out whether it was going to make me deaf.
Just playing. Love you very much. See? Kind of gentle spirit of adventure music.
Yeah, I get that.
I could turn it up a little bit, but I think we'll leave it down low. I have no idea if there's dialogue for this thing, by the way.
There's a voice cast, so I'm pretty sure.
That sounds fantastic. Even better. All right, so press enter. Okay. As a reminder, we are playing Call of the Sea. It has content warnings. Also, I've covered up the part where I can see us. This is very confusing. No! Behave. Come back. All right, there we go. Kind of, sort of. That's the wrong button, Marguerite. As a reminder, if you've played this game before, congratulations. You probably know more than we do. Unless we specifically ask for it in the chat, we tend not to want any assistance. You can chat amongst yourselves, and if you know something we don't know, we have invented the wiggle emotes so that you can wiggle your foreknowledge in our chat. That sounded really wrong. Wiggle your foreknowledge in our general direction? What the heck was that?
I'm never letting that one go.
Table for Mr. Stank.
Table
Yes.
for Mr.
Are you
Stank.
happy now? Are you happy now?
Frequently.
All right. I'm going to play the game now.
Okay.
But first I'm going to check all the settings. Okay. Options. Audio. That looks all fine. Do we have subtitle accessibility? Crosshairs. Journal font. Detection. Smooth. Bobbing. Okay, fine, good. Graphics. Doesn't say anything about subtitles, so I'm hoping it's subtitles. Wednesday Night Wiggles. That's another good one, to be honest.
Welcome to Wednesday Night Wiggles. I'm Steve Stevely. This is no longer my hat.
Well, we've been playing a lot of games lately. We have an idea for a return to horror adjacent fiction. I'm reading it right now, and we're going to approach the author over the weekend, and hopefully we will be able to bring that too. And in which case, Wednesday Night Wiggles might come to mean something very, very different.
Slightly squamous.
Yeah, squamous, detected, freaky. I'm also going to turn down the ring light a little bit because it's all up on my face here. I can't find the control. There's the control. Yes, great. Okay, fine. To the puzzlings. Here we go. Back. New game. Text language, English, subtitles. On. Yes, good. Start new game. All right, here we go.
Ooh. That's large. I suddenly have a pretty solid idea of what's going on. I don't know about you. Okay.
What was that? What are those voices?
Cthulhu. Prologue. A family. Please tell me this is a fish tank I'm looking into and I'm not drowning.
Are we?
All of a sudden, we're lagging.
Well, that's not a fish tank. Yeah, we are quite badly.
What's going
What the
on
hell,
here?
man?
Yeah, the frame rate's dropped very slowly. We're still here, right? I think.
Do you want to turn off the camera on us? I mean, we shouldn't have to. But that's being impacted as well.
Yeah, I'm kind of not sure what's going on here. Well, hang on a second.
Options.
Let's go back and see if maybe that. Oh, hi, graphics. Okay. How's that? Doesn't seem to be. No, it's all of us. That's weird. Okay. We'll be right back. Hang on. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Thank you, Aussie. It's good, isn't it? I like the technical screen. So folks, what we're gonna try and do is exit out of the game and turn the graphics down even further and see if maybe we can get that to work. I'm gonna leave Alistair to entertain you while I do that, and let's see what happens.
That's interesting. I have a thread from someone talking about massive input lag.
Input
Lag.
Okay, so I have quit out of the game. But I've still. It's also through the Epic Store. It's not Steam. So maybe that's.
Is this a download it and stream it from the hard drive situation?
I don't know if we can, to be blunt, because why own anything when you can just pay rent on a service forever? Yay!
Hey.
Right?
No.
Exactly. All right, so I'm going to try and reload the game with a lower resolution and see what happens. Cross your fingers. And if this doesn't work, then
light reading, maybe.
You know, I talk about other things. I don't know. All right.
It's fine, folks. Honestly,
Entertain people quickly.
This happens from time to time, and it's been a while since we've done one of these. And this is also the first time that we've actually had something through the Epic Store. Maybe the last time we have something through the Epic Store, and this is how it's going to go. You know.
I don't think there's any other way to access this, unless it's maybe on a console or something.
Unless it's on every console. It's on every platform. It's just We went for this because it looked interesting, and the Epic Store have it for free
Yeah.
right now. Which podcast character can fight the most ducks? Well, I mean, it's clearly one of them. Probably Alex. I feel like he'd hire some people to fight the duck. It doesn't let you play online and can't play online and stream at the same time. Oh, God, really?
Okay, well, that's... I'm gonna turn it down kind of as low as I can. Right.
Yeah, video's finally cleared up, apparently.
That's good. Alright. So have we caught up? Because I've got green lights across the board about it. No drop frames, no nothing. How about this? Let's switch back to the game screen and see what's happened. Live troubleshoot. Now it's very tiny.
You don't seem to have presently dropped frames.
Right? But we're also on a still screen. So hang on a second. Let me make that a little bit bigger for you. Let me just improvise all of this live.
Engineering, everybody. Gabriel was wrong. It's actually this that keeps the world flowing, not math. Actually, no, he said study math, kid, secret of the universe. So, you know, he was probably correct in that.
There we go. Hopefully you're now able to see that a little bit bigger.
We don't seem to have dropped any frames.
We don't seem to have dropped any frames, so I'm gonna try restarting. Music is now super loud. Let's let it restart.
One of them nautical curses. See, Preemy's right. It's a game about the sea. We should have known not to mess.
Wendy says we've got like a minute of lag.
Holy shit.
Use Discord on my phone so I can get messages.
Okay, so we've got a couple of issues. We're working them at the moment. Thanks for the heads up about the music and about the lag. I'm assuming you can probably hear me in real time. That's okay.
I'm gonna turn the music down. Hold on. That's down really low, like to the point where
It's not really showing
it's
on
not
the graph.
even registering to us that it's.
What if frame rates are so low because Lovecraft is trapped in the game and trying to call for help, and he's calling the wrong people?
Right? Okay, I'm gonna give it another minute or so to see we'll catch up. Thus, I'm feeling.
We might have to scrub this.
Hold on. Well, let me try. We can hear you, but yeah, it's very far behind. All right. Turn the sound down. There we go. That's great. Yep. Okay, Wendy, I see you on Discord. Now it's turned down so low that we can't even hear it.
What he's trying to get out. Stop you. Stop calling me racist. It was a different time. Shut up, Howard.
Yeah. Look, live troubleshooting. Isn't this fun? As I said.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for your patience, everybody.
And thank you for your patience, everybody. This is one of those situations where it worked fine in rehearsal.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
now it's just.
Okay, I refreshed the stream and came back into my own message on screen, which was wild. Okay. Music is very loud, louder than your voices. I've turned it down so low that it's not even registering.
We can't turn it down further on the dial.
I think I might try. Let's not talk about New England's greatest races, shall we? You know?
Just
there we go.
He has a certain specific gravity, and
it's not here. Are people still? Let me try one more thing. Hold on. With the audio. Headphones. epically loud music. Okay, hang on. We don't have any sort of like boost or anything on it. No. Okay, I have turned down the music. Let's turn it down in the game.
How's our lag doing, folks?
Is that better, everyone? We're not even seeing it register as audio on the stream right now. But I don't know. The video frame rate is fine, but the chat is still lagging by over a minute. And it's still loud. Oh, what a pain.
I got no idea what goes in this.
I don't either. According to all of my settings, I can't turn it down anymore. I might be able to turn it down in game. I think that's about as... If I turn it down anymore, I don't know if we'll even be able to hear it. How is that? How is that happening?
It's got louder after we've spent 5 minutes turning volume down.
Well, keep in mind they're also still on lag.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Wonder if we should turn the stream off. No changes being noticed. What are you doing, Twitch?
Not its job, that's for
Still over
sure.
a moment and the sound is louder than you. All right.
So here's what I think we should do. You folks are hearing us in real time, right?
No, they're still dealing with a minute worth of lag. Somebody says it's better. Okay. Thanks, Body Wash. Has decreased some. Great. Okay, fine. Cool.
You want to turn it off?
I'm very tempted to just turn the game off for a minute. Just quit. And then I can relaunch the game. Okay. We've quit out of the game in an attempt to give Twitch a chance to catch up. So it's just the camera being sent to...
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with the audio, to be honest. Here's what I think we should do. Okay. Because we turned it down so low that we weren't even hearing it on the headphones, and it wasn't even registering as being broadcast in OBS, which is weird. I wonder if Epic is trying to do something on its own without my permission that I don't know about.
It's snagging some audio for you or something.
I'm not sure, but this has not been the stress-free experience I wanted it to be this evening, which is quite frustrating. Should we take another break, maybe? I'm not sure.
So the way I see it is we've got three options. We can load it back up now to see whether it's done anything. We can end the stream and then restart it to see whether that kicks everything loose. Or we can just come out of the game and then go back in, which it looks like we're about to do.
Yeah, I'm thinking what we might do is we might turn off the stream for a minute just so that everybody can catch up. We'll turn it back on. We'll deal with an ad that'll run. And then we'll try the game again now that it's on the lower graphical resolution and the lower audio settings and see if hopefully that works.
Okay.
So in about a minute, you'll get all of that, and that's fine. So what we're going to do is shut off the stream. It'll close out. And yeah, we're going to run a lag test. Wendy is running a lag test. Let's see. Hang on a second. I'm just going to check with her on Discord. So, right, let's go ahead and shut it down. And hang on a second.
We really appreciate your patience, folks. Like I say, this was unexpected, but we're working the problem.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we'll be right back.